Parents just don't understand how to just listen. Like sometimes we just want you guys to listen. That's all we want you to do. To hear us out, hear how we feel, hear what we actually say. Not hurry up and give us an answer so we can just move out your way. We know when you're just giving us an answer.
All right, parents. The children say, this is what the children is telling us, parents. The children are saying that we don't understand how to listen. And I would say as a parent, that's true. That's correct. Parents, we have to listen more. We have to hear them. I know back in the days, especially when I was growing up, once my mom or my dad said anything, that was it. It was like written in stone. That was it. We as children, we couldn't say anything. We couldn't give our opinion. To them, we didn't even have an opinion. We just had to go with what they say, and that was that. But now these days, parents, even back then, but they didn't know better. But now in these days, we have to take time out and listen to our children. It cannot be a one way where this is what I say, this is what I say, this is what I say, and that's it. I don't want to hear it. You don't have nothing to say. I'm the parent. No, we can't play those cards anymore. So as parents, we need to be quick to listen, like we tell our children. Slow to speak, and we have to be slow to become angry. So we have to give them a chance to explain themselves. We have to listen to them, because trust me, by listening to them, sometimes we learn a whole lot, because our children watch us, they see. And sometimes the Lord deals with the children. So parents, we have to be willing and have an open ear to hear and an open heart to receive what they're saying. So I have to give that to the children. They're correct. We need to learn how to listen. We don't know how to listen.
Parents just don't understand that the words that they say to us and the things that they speak over us holds weight. I mean, if you tell me that I'm going to be a deadbeat, why are you surprised that when I actually be a deadbeat? I mean, you can't keep telling us these things over and over and over again and expect these things not to happen. That's the only option you're giving us, is that one thing that you're attaching to us forever.
Okay, parents, another thing. The children say that we don't understand that our words, the words that we say to them holds weight. What we speak over them holds weight. So what I say to that is, we need to watch our words, because our tongue is very powerful. We could speak life or we could speak death. We could speak good or we could speak bad. So what we need to do is watch what we say to our children, because what comes out of our mouth, what we say, that's the fruit we would eat. If we tell them they're nothing and they're nobody, and they're just like their dad, they're just like their mom, if we continue to say that, we would begin to eat that fruit. And the fruit we'll begin to eat, far as they're like their mom, their dad, it'll seem like we will begin to eat that fruit that that really bothers us about the other parent. We'll begin to eat that fruit. So we have to be watchful of what we say, because if we tell them they're going to be nothing, then as they're going along in life, they end up being just nothing. That's because we spoke that over them ever since they was little. We begin to speak those words over them. So we have to be careful on what we speak. We got to be careful of what comes out of our mouth. Not only with the children, but in all situations. We have to be careful. We have to start telling our children that they're going to be prosper. Whatever they want to, that they're going to prosper. Whatever they want to be, they're going to be it. Just put their mind to it. If they're struggling in school, whatever they're struggling in, we have to start speaking that they can do it. They can get through it. We got to start speaking life over our children, goodness over our children. We have to watch what we speak, and that's even for myself. I have to continue to be careful on what I say, because I know words are life, especially my words. I know what I speak out there, it comes to pass. So I have to be careful, and you have to be careful also.
Parents don't understand that beating is not always the answer. Like sometimes I want you to ask, sometimes we want you to ask why we do what we do. We want you to get to the bottom of it, not just beat us. Beat. That's all. Hit us in the back of the head. Beat us with the belt. All the time. Sometimes I just want you to ask, why did I misbehave in school today? I mean, at least let me get a sentence in before you beat us.
Okay, parents, children also say that we don't understand. Beating is not always the answer. And I agree with them on that. Beating is not always the answer. I feel beating is more for, like, say, toddlers on up. And it's not beating, it's popping them. Sometimes with sometimes with toddlers, such as, for example, toddlers love to mess with the outlets on the wall. So we tell them no. But for some reason, that's where the toddlers, they decide to go. When we say no, they go over there and they touch it. That's when we have to pop their little thighs and tell them no. That's the beginning of bringing order to them, discipline to them. They'll begin to know what we will put up with and what we won't put up with. They'll begin to know our no is really no and our yes is really yes. So I know the Bible says spare the rod, spoil the child. I feel that's when they're small. Because if you're not taking action, if you're not correcting them when they do something wrong, when they, even as a toddlers, like they call it, turbo twos. So that's when we start. So the Bible says spare the rod, spoil the child. I believe that's when they're beginning, like toddlers begin to understand some things. And we nip it right there. If we don't nip it right at the beginning, then we begin to spoil the child. And when you spoil a child, it's not good. Because they won't understand the word no. They'll think everybody's supposed to say yes to them. And that's not the way this world operates. They're not going to get always a yes in this world. So spoil the child, spare the rod, spoil the child. I feel that's for babies. I would say from toddlers on up to probably like somewhere in elementary school. Past elementary school, to be hitting and beating and punching and pushing and throwing against walls, no, that's abuse.
Parents don't understand that we deserve apologies too. Okay? We deserve I'm sorry too. What you guys do sometimes is not always right. And you have to understand it. Just like what we do sometimes is not right. But we deserve apologies too.
You did? Okay. All right. Also, parents, the children say we don't understand that they deserve apologies. Okay. Yes. Sometimes children do deserve apologies. Especially when we wrong about something and we realize that we wrong. I see no harm in apologizing. I see no harm in saying, okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was wrong about that. My bad. I was wrong about that. I just think we need to feel like we need to apologize. I don't feel like apologizing is lowering who we are as parents. I believe apologizing shows shows that we're fair. That's what apologizing, saying I'm sorry if you're wrongdoing. Not trying to make up with them any other way except first saying I'm sorry. It's okay to do that.
Parents don't understand that they can hurt our feelings too. I have feelings, just like you have feelings. Just like sometimes when you say something, it can hurt our feelings. We have a heart that can be broken just like yours. Okay.
And also, children also say, parents, that we don't understand that their feelings can be hurt as well. And we all human. So I agree with that. We can hurt their feelings just like they can hurt our feelings. So it is a two-way street. So we have to be careful of hurting children's feelings. We have to be careful of hurting anyone's feelings. But for some reason, like, we overlook children as if they're not there, as it doesn't matter, as if they don't have feelings, and they have feelings. Because I saw something on social media the other day where this girl, her mom, found that she had a phone. And not only did she have a phone, she had an Instagram account. And she don't allow that in her house. Her mom won't allow her to have a phone nor Instagram account. So her stepmom got it for her. And so the mom find out, long story short, and she got on Instagram Live. And she pretty much cussed the girl out. She was waiting till all her friends come on, everybody come on, and she began to cuss the little girl out. And she told the girl she didn't have no business with the phone. And she went on and on and on. And that wasn't good enough. She's on live with her friends. And she started telling the girlfriends that the girl, she don't have no business on social media. She don't even have no business with a phone. And she confirmed it. She made the girl confirm it. The girl, nod. She nod her head. And then she said, not only that, she had poop in her panties and all that. That was very unnecessary. That was unnecessary, and I know she ended up hurting that girl's feelings. And that's something she may not be able to come back from. But I pray that they'll be able to mend that. But what I'm saying is, parents, we have to be watchful of hurting the children's feelings. They're human. They have feelings like we have feelings. So we have to do better in that area.
Parents don't understand that their actions affect us. Everything you do, we're watching you. Okay? We see everything you do. Every action does affect us. Someone in this world, everything you do affects, and that is us. So when you leave in the morning at 3 a.m. to go out, wherever you go, it affects the kid that you're leaving home.
All right. Children also say, parents to us, this is what the children are saying about us, that we don't understand that our actions affects them. Everything that we do affects the children because they look up to us. They look up to us. Don't forget, they have feelings. Don't forget, we're their first teachers. So all this stuff, and how much they love their parents, it affects them, especially when we're doing the wrong thing. It affects them. So what we need to do is as parents, we need to be more careful and watchful of what we're doing and realize that our children is watching us. They're watching every move we make. So we just have to just keep in mind that all that we do affects them.
Parents don't understand that we look up to them. We look up to you. You're our role models in life. You show us what we need to do in life. So everything you do, we're watching, okay? If you cuss a lot, don't expect when your child cuss a lot too, because they see their role model. Their one role model that they have in life doing the same thing. So watch out what you do, parents, because we're watching you. Because we are watching you. And don't tell us, do as I say and not do as I do, because that doesn't really work.
Okay. Also, the children saying that we don't understand that they look up to us, and that's true. We are the first teachers to our children, and they're right. They look up to us. They put so much trust in us. They believe what we're telling them is right. They believe what we're doing is right until they see that we're not doing the right thing. And we as parents love to say, don't do as I do as I say. No, we have to set the right example. What we tell them to do, we have to make sure we walking by that. So we can tell them, do as I do and do as I say. So we're that example. We're the ones that they look up to.
Parents don't understand that they're the one who teach us the love. We learn love from you guys. Okay? We learn about relationships. We learn about feelings. We learn how to handle ourselves around people. We learn interacting with people. We learn what love is, how to show that we love one another. We learn that all from you. Okay? Okay. Parents don't understand that they teach us how to love. Okay? You teach us what love is. You teach us how to show that we love each other. You teach us how to interact with people. You teach us relationships. You teach us about marriages. You teach us about friendships. You teach us about everything. You teach us about kindness, generosity, all that. So when you don't show it to us, when you hinder it, when you don't show it to us, you're stopping us from learning how to show it to others. So get it together, parents, because your kids really want to love. They want to be able to communicate with people, interact with people, have friendships. And if you don't teach them the right way, they'll never be able to get to that point that they need to.
Go. Children also say that we don't understand as parents to teach us how to love. We don't understand that it's our job to teach them. Like I say, we're the first teachers for our children. So what we have to do is teach them how to love. We have to let them know that we love them. We have to be able to hug them, show them love through touch, which is hug. We have to teach them, even through discipline. Believe it or not, you could teach children how to love. You could teach children when you're frustrated and you upset, but yet and still you let love lead and not anger. So it's so many ways that we need to teach our children how to love. So the way they learn how to love outside, inside, that's what they're going to repeat on the outside. So parents, it's very important that we teach our children how to love.
Okay. Parents don't understand patience. Okay? To be a parent, you need major patience. And that's one thing they don't teach you in these baby books. You need patience when you have a kid. Because we are just learning things. We don't know everything. So when you're raising kids, you need to learn that you need to take your time with them. And you may have to explain things 5, 4, 6 times before they get it right. But your job as a parent is to patiently wait until they get it right, to stop continuously teaching them. You cannot just think that after one session that they're going to get it, because we don't. We're kids. We're still growing up. We hear you, and then we see our friends doing something else. And of course our eyes are going to travel that way. But you have to still keep talking, because eventually we're going to hear you and turn back that way. Okay?
And also parents, the children say that we don't understand we don't understand or we don't know how to be patient. And we have to work on our patience with children. Because children may make the same mistake over and over and over. But we have to have patience with them. Sometimes we're going to have to say the same thing over and over and over and over until they get it. So one thing we need is patience. And when we have patience, when we finish walking through with them with the patience, it will be complete. They'll get a complete understanding. They'll get complete wisdom on the situation that they're going through. So parents, we have to have patience, because somebody had to have patience with us, because everybody don't grow up with parents with patience. And most time that's where we get it from, is our parents. But we must have patience. We have to practice patience. They're going to come back to us over and over and over. But we have to have patience. And if we have to continue to say the same thing, let's say the same thing over and over until they get it.
And finally, parents don't understand that we don't want you guys telling our business. We don't want your friend to know our business. We don't want our grandma to know our business, or our auntie to know our business, or anybody outside of our household to know our business. This is supposed to be between me and you, parents. That's how children think. Me and you. We're in this partnership. We have to build trust. So let's build trust. Don't go telling our business. Okay? You wouldn't want us telling grandma what you were doing last week. Now, would you? Well, you wouldn't want us telling your friend when you did something wrong. Now, would you? You wouldn't want us telling auntie how you stole her thing from her house without asking her. Now, would you? Now, think about us. We don't want you telling our business. So if you want us to build trust on your side, build trust on our side. Let's really work this partnership we have going on. Make a true relationship.
Okay, parents, this is the last one. And this is very important. The children saying that we don't understand, that they don't want us telling their business. And I truly understand that, because I remember when I was young, my mom used to tell my business to people on the phone. And that made me so uncomfortable. I didn't like it. Because for number one, when those people come over, they saying hi and they're being nice to you, but it's like they're sort of low-key judging you from what she told them. And I just never liked that feeling at all. I didn't like that. So parents, these children don't like that. So now I can finally tell you guys so you can put a stop to it. They don't like that. They don't like you telling their business. They don't. So even if you're telling your best friend, because that's what my mom was doing. She was talking to her best friend about it. She was talking to her mom about it. She was talking to, I guess, several people about it. But still, I didn't like it. So if you have a best friend, and say your children, you're going through something with your children, and you sort of like, you know this person is going to pray for you and pray with you, don't do it around your children. Don't do it around them. If you feel you have to mention what they're going through for prayer purposes and not the gossip about them, and you trust that friend not going to tell her friends and tell her friends and it just go all over the place, then their friends start hearing it. If you're going to do it the right way, then don't do it around your children. They don't want to hear you talking to your friends or anybody else on that phone about them, about their situation, because they trust you. And that's another way that the trust can be broken, by them overhearing you talk about them to your friends, overhearing you say what you just told them. It wasn't even hot off the press, and you already on the phone with your friend talking about it. That's where they lose trust. But yet and still, we as parents love to say, you could come and talk to me. You could tell me. Why you won't tell me? You could tell me. You could talk to me. I'm not going to get mad. You may not get mad, but you're finna get on the phone with your friend and gossip about them. So I ask as a parent to parents that we put a stop to that. That we be watchful of that. Because those children don't like that. They don't like it. So let's work on that. And with that being said, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, comment, and please share this video. Until next time, parents, let's do better and repent.